Matt from Titan Support Systems. I'm here today with one of our lifters, one of our good friends from the Netherlands, Pjotr Vanderhoek. He's here visiting, checking out our shop, seeing what we got going on. I'd like to say welcome him to our Titan shop. He's never been here before. Kind of want to just go over a few questions with him, get his ideas, input, pick his brain. First, I was going to say, what do you think of Titan so far?
Yeah, great. Well, welcome. Thank you that I'm allowed to be here. It's great. I had a great day already, and looking forward to the next few days.
Now, many of you don't know so far, but we went to lunch together, and we got a big, it's called Seafood Lovers Plate, and it was big, and I probably have a video somewhere, a picture I'm going to post later for y'all, and he almost ate all of it, but he couldn't. It was a lot of food, so I'm going to post that later so y'all can see that it's a crazy amount of food. But fresh seafood here in Corpus Christi, Texas. How do you think about the weather?
The weather is great too. Yeah, I like the warm weather anyway. Being originally from Australia, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's good. I like the scene as well. The scenery has been great so far. So, yeah.
Anything so far that stands out to you here at Titan that you've seen walking around, seeing how we do our manufacturing and all our products? Anything so far just kind of like didn't know that was like that?
Yeah, well, I liked what I especially liked is just seeing how everything is really built from scratch, handmade by everyone. So it's not like a Chinese production line. So that's really good. It opens up your eyes a lot.
Remember that, guys, made by hand in the USA, right here in Corpus Christi, Texas. So give me a little bit of background about your lifting.
Well, I started lifting a long time ago in Australia when I was like 15, but I only did it for like 2 years. I won the under 23 Australian Championships, but then I stopped. I started lifting again in the Netherlands when I moved there, and that was in '99. And since 2001, I've been competing internationally for the Netherlands, and been Dutch champion for about 20 years, and nearly 20 years, but 20 times. I've won a fair few medals on the bench internationally, at World Championships and at European Championships. I've been second in the world in Norway in 2006. I hold the Master 1 bench press record equipped.
Wow, I didn't know that, really. Yeah. What was that?
295.
Wow, I didn't. That's one thing I didn't know about you. I didn't know you had a record. That's awesome. That's impressive. Master 1 record, and that's a hard record to get, bench only, especially Master 1. Master 1 is a 40-year-old to 49, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
And that's a hard class. I myself am in Masters. I don't think I'm at his caliber yet, but I'm still trying. I'm still going through. He's always worn Titan. How do you feel about Titan equipment?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's been from day one. I've always worn it. I like the suits, especially like now because I'm dabbling raw, and I'm going to go to the European Raw Championships this year. I really want to see what I can do raw this year. I like the singlets from Titan a real lot, and I especially like the new version from the sublimated yellow jackets. They seem to give more, in my eyes, they seem to give more support. So,
and that was going to be my next question. I know we talked earlier about you kind of dipping into raw now, and you kind of want to just test where you're at because you've done gear for so long, which a lot of people are doing. I mean, let's be honest, raw is kind of taking over, and there's a lot of things, sleeves, singlet, wrist straps you can wear, and there's other companies out there, and we compete. But I want people to know that we do have classic raw gear here, and in the shape of a knee sleeve, which is the yellow jacket. We have the singlets, which is our special made spandex. And then we do have the strongest wrist straps in the world. How do you feel about the sleeves and the singlet as far as supportive and as far as getting you to that next level?
Well, I'm definitely sure that the new sleeves will help. The singlet already did. It's a really good singlet. I like the best leg support in the world, and because of the compression.
Yes.
And I've always liked the wrist wraps. And especially the choice you've got all sorts of sizes, and starting from the max RPM, which are the softer ones,
right,
going all the way up to the signature golds,
right,
which are
strongest in the world.
Yeah,
my opinion.
Yeah. But personally, also with equipped, I like the titanium. I looked at a video last week. If you like the titanium, I like the titanium wraps.
Good.
I wear them when I lift equipped. So I think it will make a difference coming into the European Championships, having all this gear from Titan, and having been used to wearing it all this time. So, and I like the belts. I like because you can wear them raw and equipped, but I really like the belt from Titan, the 30mm Brahma one. It's my favorite.
Brahma's a great belt, great support. And very stiff, very strong.
It's really stiff, and it really helps me because I've got a bit of a, like I say, a little bit of a weak back in comparison.
Well, let's be honest, man. Once you get Masters 1, Masters 2, come on, let's be honest. You got to get anything you can get IPF approved to support you to continue to do what you love. You got to do. Yeah, so if we got to put on a bench shirt, or we got to put on a squat suit, or we got to put on a belt, a thicker belt, a stronger belt, we got to do it. I know all the young guys out there and the young women, man. Y'all are loving it right now. Believe me, we were there at one time too. But as you get through and you continue your powerlifting careers, and this is the man that's going to vouch for me, you got to take what you can take to support that, to keep you going.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what's good about the sleeves. They keep the warmth in the knees.
Absolutely.
I was actually one of the first one in the Netherlands to start wearing the first initial sleeves from Titan.
I think you were.
Before it was even that raw was started in
and
the
those
Netherlands.
Are the yellow ones.
No, there was before the yellow ones.
The 5mm.
The 5mm original ones. I used to wear them at when I'm benching, and I started wearing them because my knees were starting to get sore, and I was actually thinking I needed to stop powerlifting. And I'm talking about like 10 years ago. Wow. And I started wearing them, and since then I was able to train again. And now, the comparison from that sleeve to this one, the increase in support is so much, they're a lot better. But I still like to wear those old ones for training now and then.
Absolutely. Just to stay warm.
Yeah, just to stay warm.
Right.
You don't need the tight knee sleeves every time. And that would be one of my advices to the lifters as well. Don't always wear your comp sleeves and in training. Get a sleeves size bigger, or maybe even 2 sizes bigger, just to have some warm support. And then coming into the comp, then put on the tighter sleeves now and then. It just gives you that extra support. You feel a lot better if it's a size, your comp size. Makes a difference.
That's a quick tip from a seasoned veteran here, guys. He basically hit right on the nose, man. It's a lot of people, and let's be honest, everybody out there, I don't care if you're raw, equipped, classic raw, whatever you are, people are going to look for support. And unfortunately, even in a raw or a classic division, you're still going to wear tight sleeves. You're going to wear them as tight as you can, and that's to get you extra support in your squat or your deadlift. And same with singlets. We've heard of people wearing singlets, our singlets personally, 3 sizes smaller, to say they get more weight out of it. Is that true? I don't know. I've heard the rumors. I've heard rumors about sleeves, and if it works, it works. But I think Pjotr hit it perfect. Training wise, I wouldn't recommend a tight sleeve either. I would recommend a size up from what your normal size is, and maybe, like you said, if you want to go into competition and be a little crazy and throw caution to the wind, get a size smaller. If that's what you want to do. But as far as singlets, our singlets are IPF approved. Everything we sell here is IPF approved. It is made by hand. It is sewn by hand. It is cut by hand. Our singlets do have a reinforced crotch. A lot of people like to call it a double crotch, but the thing is, it's reinforced by IPF specs. It has been inspected. It has been approved. It is a IPF approved product. So when people get a reinforced crotch singlet, it is IPF approved. It is still considered single ply, non-supportive. The Brahma belt he mentioned, a side note, that is IPF approved. That is a very stiff belt, and that belt does take some used to breaking in and getting used to. Again, there's not, personally, there's some, but not a lot of difference between raw and equipped, and I don't know if you agree with me there. I think there's kind of a connection between the two. Honestly, that's just my opinion. I feel like even training, you still need a little bit of assistance to help you get over that hump. If you train raw, 4 or 5 days a week, and then you go to a competition, you're doing that every month, every year, I just think your body breaks down. I think you need like our Super Ram. I think you need like our bench shirts. I think you need stuff like that. Briefs. That's just my opinion. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, I've actually never used brief. I do use the Super Ram. I like getting into the equipped and also getting used to heavier weights when lifting raw. It just makes the difference. So it's not like when you go up to heavier weight, you're not used to the weight, so you're able to hold it up better. Like say with the bench, you're coming down, and if it's a new weight, it's always it feels a lot heavier.
Absolutely.
But yeah, go 20%, 10 to 20% over what your max is with the RAM, then it doesn't feel that heavy at the top, so it gives you more confidence that you're going to be able to push it. And coming back to the singlets, what you were just saying, for me the singlet, when I put it on, I don't wear them in training. You see a lot of people wear them always in training. I don't wear it in training, but at the moment, in the last couple of sessions when I do put it on, it gives me the confidence because it feels like compression on my legs, so I'm confident, and I think confidence is a really important thing in powerlifting to be able to get your lift. It's a mental game.
Yes.
You go walk under a bar with 200 kilos and you think you're going to squat it easily, you're going to get injured. You walk under the bar completely focused, you're going to squat it easy. So giving me that compression in the singlet just gives me the confidence I'm going to make those heavier weights.
And here's an old, and it's obvious, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Here's an old saying that I always heard is quality over quantity, meaning you rather squat or bench perfect with lighter weight than muscle up, as some say, or get out of, or squat high a heavier weight. Now, I've always heard quality over quantity. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree with it. Of course, I was younger too, and I tried it differently.
We all did, young.
Yeah. Let's put on more weight. Doesn't matter how I bench it or how I squat it, as long as it gets up. But the thing is, you should look at every squat and bench that you're going to do, as every rep is a rep you can learn for. Make sure your technique is good. So when you get under the bar, if it's 70 kilos or 300 kilos or 400 kilos,
it should be the same.
You should squat exactly the same.
Absolutely.
And focus on that. Most of my injuries that I've got when I was younger, I got that through my warm-up sets. Being overconfident, well, it's only 180 kilos with squat. It's only 200. I can do this easy. You walk under it, no focus, you're going to injure yourself. Cutting it short, you're going to come to the competition and then find out, oh, I've got to go deeper. You're not trained on a bit. And if you do squat on depth, which I've learned over the last years, it just makes it a lot easier on competition. If you do your bench perfectly, it's going to make it easier on competition day. And every rep you do is one that you take with you to the next comp, and make sure it's a perfect rep. Don't go rush your warm up. Take your time for that as well.
Well, another negative that I come out of that comment, I agree with everything you just said, is it kind of when you're squatting high, it's going to transition to your competition. You're going to squat high in competition, because you're going to think that's low.
Yeah, I've bombed a few times because of that.
I've seen a lot of lifters do that. But another question I have, because I wanted to ask, is that a lot of people make the comment, well, I'm a strong raw lifter, so obviously if I put a bench shirt on or squat suit, I'm going to be 200 pounds stronger. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've learned the hard way that going from raw to gear is not just a skip and a jump. It's a lot of technical learning. I'm not saying it's for everybody. I'm not saying that anybody can do it. I think anybody or everybody can do it given the right amount of patience and the right amount of training. But I personally, I feel not everybody can go from raw straight to a bench shirt and be successful.
No, I don't agree with that. I think you should get used to lifting a RAM as well. So I agree with what you're saying.
Right.
But I don't agree with the ones that say, I'll put on the bench shirt and I can bench just as much. Easy. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to refine it. You got to look at it. If you do a squat, I mean, of course, with your top weight, if you're going to have a little bit off center or whatever, you're going to miss the groove a little bit, you can push it out raw. If you miss the groove equipped, you're not going to get back up. You get buried under the bar. So what is a good thing is, I would advise raw lifters as well, go train with reps sometimes, get used to the heavier weights and keep the line, because even with reps you need to focus on your technique so much, you've got to follow the line. And why not off-season devil in wearing one of the old suits, a bit of an older suit, because if you can squat good in a suit, you're going to be able to squat raw perfectly.
Yeah, that's true. So let me give you a word, and you give me what your feeling is. I'm just going to give you the word, and you tell me what comes to your mind. I mean, this comes from a lot of people. I read social media. I try to keep up with social media. I'm old and I'm old school, so I don't really know much about it. I try to keep as much as I can. But the word I always hear about equipped lifting is cheating. Yeah. Do you hear that a lot?
Yeah, but I think it's with the people that haven't tried it a lot, because it's not cheating, because it was always there. There wasn't Raw, so you got a lot of generations coming off. We had Equipped. There were no Raw competitions that got started up years ago, which is good for the sport. I mean, I love both. I love Raw and I love Equipped, and that's why I'm saying I'm going for Raw this year to the European Championships, because I want to see what I can do Raw.
Sure.
But it's not cheating, because you still have to have a base. Off-season training was always Raw, except when you get closer to the competition, you're going to put on your suit, so you never get to see what you can do maximum Raw. But it's not cheating, because some of those guys, if they stop lifting Equipped, the top, and they'd all go Raw, it would be a whole different ball game up there. Of course, the top Raw lifters be up there, but the top Equipped lifters, don't forget about them. And it's not cheating, because it's a different part. You're just using equipment to lift more weights. Compare it to, like, I don't know, car racing. You got Formula One, or you got the NASCAR.
Different size engines.
Different size engines.
Yeah.
It's different, but still the skills is the same, and it is powerlifting. I mean, if you can't squat properly, I mean,
you're gonna do it raw or equipped.
Yeah. Then if you can't squat 200 raw, you're not going to squat 400 equipped. That does not work that way. There's no way that carry over. So. I don't think it's cheating. I don't know why people say that. And most equipped lifters also love the raw movement. And
sure.
I think the raw movement, should appreciate the equipped too. Because if there hadn't been equipped lifting, would have been able to start up raw about 10 years ago.
That's true.
And I think they both support each other. They're different in the way that you're not using equipment, but you also see with Raw now is, like you said, people want to wear the tightest singlet. Right. People want the sleeves as tight as possible.
Right.
So you're looking for the edge to lift a little bit more, and that's what equipped is as well. You're looking to lift more, and of course it's got more support. But no, I wouldn't call it cheating anyway. It's a different aspect of powerlifting.
Here's my 2 cents. I think each lift, whether it's equipped or it's raw, I think they complement each other. I think one needs the other to survive, personally. Now, my 2 cents, and this is going to be quick, and this is my opinion on cheating. Does gear give you 100, 200, 300, whatever pounds over a raw lifter? Absolutely, yes. But when you go to a competition, you're not competing against a raw lifter. You're competing against a guy who's got 9 out of 10 times the same suit you got, the same bench shirt you got. So is that cheating when you both have the same suit on? No, it's not cheating. So I guess my problem is that when some guy posts a video, even yourself, working out in a bench shirt, working out in a squat suit, getting great amount of pounds out of it, extra pounds. I mean, let's be honest, it gives you extra pounds, but it also protects your body. Yeah. But I just disagree with the cheating comment, because I feel like you're training to compete against a guy that's going to be wearing the same thing you are. You're not competing against the guy that's going to be wearing a singlet. So my 2 cents again, guys, and this is our opinions. Please don't take this personal. If you want to watch this video, we appreciate it. But it's just our opinions that we're giving you. And again, my opinion on the cheating is just cheating conspiracy, I guess you want to call it, man. I don't know, but you're not cheating if you're competing against the same guy that's wearing your gear. Just and that's the thing. And I like raw. I love raw. I'm with you, but being a master lifter, and I feel like 75% of all young lifters eventually are going to have to go equipped to protect your body, your joints, your muscles. So yeah, I mean, cheating. No, I don't think it's cheating, because you're competing in a category, you're competing in a class to where you're competing all single ply. Now, if you brought a 2-ply shirt to a single ply lift, then yeah, you're cheating. I mean, let's be real. If you brought a single ply bench shirt to a raw meet, then yes, you're cheating. But if the judges or referees let you in, then that's on them, not Titan. So I guess we're gonna wrap this up. It's been a great time talking to Pjotr, man. We're glad to have him here, man. We may do a recording tomorrow. We're going to work out together. He's going to embarrass me, but I'm going to live with him anyway, have some fun. We're going to try some new Super Rams, guys. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Again, this is opinions. None of this has anything to do with Titan. Titan's not responsible for anything we've said. This is just me and my friend Pjotr talking back and forth about how we feel powerlifting and raw and classic goes. if we offend anybody out there, we apologize. We don't mean to, but again, this is just our opinion. Take it for what it's worth. It's just two guys having a good talk. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, well, I totally agree with that. Like I said, it's my opinion, but as well. Except, I want to say I love powerlifting, I love raw powerlifting, I love equipped powerlifting. So to me, it's just one thing: is I love powerlifting.
So it's a big family.
Yeah, it's a big family. I don't want to offend anyone. So if you think you're offended because you might have called it cheating in the past or whatever, don't be offended by it because that's your opinion. This is our opinion. If you do powerlifting, you're part of the family. If it's raw or equipped,
we're gonna give you a number to call if you're offended. 1-800. I'm just kidding. Now, guys, this is just something for entertainment. Honestly, we're just trying something new. Interviews. We'd like to see how these kind of work out for us at Titan. We kind of want to do something different, bring in some lifters, especially Pjotr being from another country. I thought it'd be kind of interesting, and I appreciate you if you watch this. If not, then it is what it is. But again, if you have any comments, any questions, please feel free to leave them. It's just an opinion. I hope we answered some questions for you. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. Kind of, diving deep into a little bit of our feelings about Raw, Equipped, Titan. As always, guys, I'm Matt from Titan Support Systems. Always the originator, never the imitator. Here, my buddy Pjotr Vanderhoek. And
thanks for having me.
Anytime, man. We love to have you, and we will get a video out to you soon, and we will probably send one tomorrow or the next day of us lifting. Stay tuned. Take care, guys. Stay strong. Bye.
Okay, bye.